we're going to try to do a little video here. Got a hole in my waders and I can't find it. I've tried the flashlight method. I've thought about trying to put it in a bathtub or something along those lines, but it just creates a big mess. I happened to see a video online of some people that were using a leaf blower, putting it inside their waders, expanding it, blowing it up, and then running some soap on it to find it, to find the leak point, and then from there patching it up. So I thought I'd just kind of make my own video to some people that might subscribe to my channel or watch some of my hunting videos, real super novice stuff. But for any of my friends that got holes in their waders, this might be kind of a cool example of what to do. I got a pair of Rogers waders that I purchased 2 seasons ago, and last year I started getting a hole in the crotch area. It's not too bad because my temperature kind of regulates, but I'll get out of the water and I mean just from the center of my crotch all the way down the inside of my legs are soaked, absolutely soaked. While I'm in the water hunting, it's not that bad, but it's more of when I get out, you know, getting back into my truck, going somewhere in the public, it looks like I pissed my pants all over myself like a drunk college kid. So you're going to take it right along with me here. Got the smoker going, got some time to kill. The camera's actually on a tripod on top of the smoker. What I've done so far, it's kind of far away and I'll probably move the camera a little bit closer when we actually do this. Hey buddy. Is I've got just some clamps holding my waders closed. I got them folded over a little bit, got some clamps on there. I put the hose in the waders, and I did a quick test run before I set this up, and it does. It expands the waders absolutely fine. I'm just using my shop vac with the exhaust port section of it. But when it was going, the hose was actually blowing itself out, so I've got a clamp on there holding that in as well. I'll blow this up really quick for a quick example, and then I'll go ahead and move the camera in, and we'll start see if we can find a leak point on this. So I'm hoping what you're able to see there, not that it's really a big deal, but I mean, it blows it right up. It got a lot of good pressure on it. So I'm hoping when I go to put that warm soapy water somewhere around the crotch, I'm pretty sure I'm in one of the seams, but I don't know that for a fact. We'll be able to see some bubbles and whatnot. I grabbed 3 toothpicks and I cut them in half. So if there is a small enough, or I guess I should say large enough hole, I'm hoping I can get one of the ends of the toothpick in there to kind of mark it. And then I'm going to take some Aqua Seal after they dry, and I'm going to try to patch it up. So this will be, you know, maybe a 2-day process, because I'm not sure I want to put the Aqua Seal on while it's wet. Some people have said to use shoe goo, but I guess after a year or so it starts to crumble a little bit, or I guess break free from the neoprene. So a lot of people, you know, are saying to use Aqua Seal. So I guess we'll see how it goes. I got a little tube of it somewhere around the garage here. It was like 10 bucks. It's pretty pricey for the size of it, but rumor has it that's what to use. And if $10 saves me from buying another $300 pair of waders, well, by all means, it's completely worth it. So I'm going to get some stuff set up here, and we'll be right back. Okay. All I did here was just move the camera in a little bit closer. Gotta love the GoPros and their wide angle. I've got it set on narrow, so it might be a little tough to see. Once, hopefully, we can detect where the hole's at, maybe I'll try to bring the camera in a little bit closer. We'll see how this turns out. But I'll apologize for a little bit of background noise. I tried to move my shop vac as far away as possible, so that's going to be running. But all I got is just a little Tupperware container, some dish soap in there. Hey, it's up for you, buddy. Got some dish soap in there, warm. Hopefully it suds up pretty good. And I'm just going to try to rub it around the crotch area on the seams. I'm assuming that's where it is, but I could be completely wrong. So we'll see how this goes. Let's go for a ride, see what we can find out, all right? I don't know if you can hear me, but there's definitely the bubbles coming up right here. See if I can zoom in a little bit. So I gotta believe right here is my problem child. Looks like I got a little bit. Okay, hopefully you were able to see some of that. I got to thinking, even if there is a tiny pinhole, you know, instead of putting a toothpick through it to mark it, all I'm doing is making a small hole bigger, and it's kind of counterproductive. So I grabbed a permanent marker. There was just a tiny little pinprick right here, but it was a leak, so let's not let it get any bigger and nip it in the bud. So I marked that spot. The thread's got a little dark for me. It's enough for me to know where it's at. And then basically right here at the joint where the, I don't know what seam you want to call that, it's a vertical, belly button seam, if you will, down through right here where it meets for the first, 2 inches. I'm going to seal that whole area up. So I got 2 little spots here that I'm going to seal, and I'm pretty confident that's all I have. But I'm probably going to, check all the seams after I patch those or before I patch them, because while I got this process out and going, why not? Again, they're $250 waders, and it's my 3rd season with them. They should last longer than that. I'm not saying it's bad quality by Rogers. I think they're a good company. Shit happens, they're sewn together. They're not big rips and tears. So if this is something that is a cheap fix and I can get a few more years out of them, by all means, I think that's good. Everything's good along my boots. My feet don't get wet. Everything starts in my crotch and moves down. So I think I'm good everywhere else. Hopefully this does the trick. So we'll come back later. Thanks. So as I was taking out and check that, before I went and rinsed off my waders, I did all the seams on the inside and actually found a 3rd very tiny hole. I don't know if that one's ever really been problematic. I don't remember water really coming in to my pants in that portion, but clearly there is a leak, so I'm going to patch that one up too. So it looks like I got 3 on these waders. I took them out into the yard, grabbed the hose, sprayed them all down, rinsed off as much of the soap as I could, and right now I've just got them set up on the dog blind that doesn't have the cover on it. I was working with her a little bit earlier about staying in the blind when gunshots were happening. So it's a sunny day out, it's nice and breezy, so I just got it bloused over that out in the driveway. should dry here probably in a couple hours. Hopefully by that time the food in the smoker's done, and you know, eat a little food, come out and do some more patchwork. Maybe we can get that Aqua Seal applied. And I don't know how long that stuff really takes to dry, but I'm not going to press the issue. I want to make sure I get a good seal the first time. Hopefully, you know, it doesn't blow it out. I'm actually hoping also that that third hole I found wasn't caused by too much pressure with the shop vac, because it definitely does inflate further than what it would be with just my body in there. So hopefully it's not something I made worse or yeah, hopefully it's not something I created by trying to fix the problem, but we'll see how it goes. We're gonna let these dry here for an hour or two, and we'll be back at another time with another step in the process. Okay, we're back working on the leaking waiter project. It's been a couple days since the last video. I've been tied up on some things. I've actually already put one coat of the Aqua Seal on, and I've taken it to the local lake and tried them out. Seems to have worked. Just for shits and grins, I'm going to put a second coat on. I figure a little bit more can't hurt. So I'll go through the same steps and process that I did before, except I'm just going to be putting a little bit more on top of what's already there. But I patched up inside the crotch area and a little bit down on the right leg. Walked around out in the water for probably, I don't know, 5-10 minutes, squatted around, put myself in different positions on my knees, stretched out. Everything seemed completely dry. So from what I can tell so far, it's been an absolute perfect success. I'll go ahead and get this all resituated, and hopefully you can kind of see what it looks like. But really, even if you can't, you can use your own imagination. You're just squirting a gob of, you know, Aqua Seal along the seam, in my case, where the hole was. I'm using a little piece of cardboard. You could use a popsicle stick, anything like that. You could probably use your finger if you wanted to, maybe with a glove on, I'd recommend. But just put it where the hole is, smear it on, you know, coat the area kind of liberally, and let it dry for, you know, at least, you know, 12 hours. I think I let mine dry for just over 12 hours, went to the lake, and everything seemed great. So without any further ado, I'll go ahead and get this reset up, and we can go through the final steps, and hopefully it helps somebody out down the line. All right. Okay, I just got the Aqua Seal actually out of the freezer. The directions on it say that's a good place to store it. I've been running it back and forth in my hands for a couple minutes just to bring it back up to room temp, if you will, and to make it a little more pliable. I tried seeing how pliable it was right out of the freezer, and it was pretty frozen. But with just a little bit of rubbing my hands for a few minutes, it looks like it's should be good enough to spread here. So I got the cap off. We'll see how this shows up on video. And I'm just going to put a line of it right down the seam. Looks like it still might be a little solid from the freezer. I don't want to blow the tube out. It's coming out slowly. Might have to work it a little bit more still. Slowly getting there. Apparently it was a little more frozen than what I thought. That should actually be pretty good. And there was a little more down there. Kind of wipe it clean on that final spot. That was just a real tiny one. So I don't think I need a whole lot there. I don't really think I had much of a leak at all, but I did see some bubbles there. So I figured why not take care of it. So I just got a small piece of cardboard and just gonna kind of spread it around. Make sure I'm overlapping the seams really good. As I'm spreading it, you know, I'm putting a fair amount of pressure to hopefully get it down inside the neoprene. Kind of get inside the grooves, if you will, of the threading. I don't know if putting on a second coat will kind of reactivate the first coat that's on there. I'm assuming it'll stay hard. I got a mosquito buzzing in my ear here. That's all there is to it, though. I'll see if I can zoom in here a little bit. Not sure if you'll be able to tell. You can see that, you know, most of my leak was right in this little area, and then some right in here. So I went over and beyond what I needed, but you know, for as little as it takes to do everything, you know, why not be a little generous with it? So I'm going to go ahead and let this cure for, well, realistically, I'm probably not going to put these waders back on until the season starts, because from what I saw the other day, I fixed it. So I'm not really that concerned. I know that what I had there before seemed to have worked. And my first couple times in the water, it's usually still pretty warm out early October. So if I get wet, it sucks, but it shouldn't be, you know, the cold November water. But I might take it out just to do a discount double check before the season actually starts. Hopefully somebody learned something from this. All said and done, it's kind of a long video, but I tried to be as detailed as possible. I don't know. AquaSeal and a shop vac looks like, you know, spending $15 on the AquaSeal. Who doesn't really have a shop vac or a leaf blower laying around? You could probably use the exhaust on a vacuum somehow if you can rig that up. I don't know. Looks like it saved me $250, and I think it was a project worthwhile. So hopefully it can help somebody else out. Thanks for watching.